Welcome and good evening, folks, with another episode of Good Cooking with Crystal. I'm your host, Crystal. Let's get cooking. Tonight, I'm going to be making some chicken drumsticks, which I have here in a pan. And we're just going to lightly season them because I'm cooking for somebody who has gastritis, which I was going to take a moment and talk about that with you guys. Now, cooking for someone with gastritis requires to cook healthy. And so here I have a thing of avocado cooking spray. Now I have a good brand new griddle that I just bought myself from Lodge Cast Iron, which is a great product. I'm getting to use it tonight for the first time, and so you guys will get to see what I'm cooking. Now I'm going to take my chicken legs, and we're going to use some simple black pepper because gastritis patients can have black pepper, just a little bit of it, not real much of it, but a very light dusting of it. So I'm going to put a little bit on my chicken. And then also, they can have just a little bit of Lorry's seasoning salt. So I'm going to season my chicken with a little bit of seasoning salt. And then to make it flavor, I'm going to take a little bit of rosemary. Now, I've got my chicken all nicely seasoned with all the seasonings that I mentioned prior. Now, we're going to stick them on my brand new Lodge Cast Iron griddle, which I'm going to turn down to low heat. So we don't burn our chicken. And here is my cast iron griddle. So now let's take our tongs, which I have just bought myself a brand new pair of, and we're going to place them on the griddle nice and evenly. We don't really want to burn our chicken. Cook a few at a time because these griddles don't have a whole lot of space on them. Okay, folks, well, here's now, as I was mentioning to you guys, that I wanted to take a moment and I want to talk about people with gastritis. And healthy cooking is sometimes not readily available because a lot of the healthier foods in the market today's time are very, very expensive. And so we have a little bit of problems getting healthier foods. But when it comes to healthier foods to somebody who has gastritis problems or acid reflux problems, you can't use tons of different stuff like sauces, spices, fatty stuff like oils. Those are just not available to a person with those types of medical issues. So you have to ask yourself, what do I cook with something for that person that has something like that? Well, that's a great question you might ask. And again, as I picked up and some avocado spray, which a person can have. They can have a little bit of seasoning salt. And to add flavor, which is okay for those types of people, is a little bit of rosemary. And so, as I put all those seasonings on my chicken, and I'm just lightly cooking them. I'm not looking to burn them, but I am going to give them that golden brown grilled look to them, which is already starting. And I'll show you right now as it is. So there is the first part of the chicken cooking, and I wanted to give you just a little bit more insight when it came to cooking with somebody, for someone with gastritis problems. And I have a paper here which I wanted to read something to you that I had made some notes with, and a lot of their stuff has to be bland, plain, but a lot of people with the gastritis problems complain about it being too bland. So what do? So then you can add, as I said, the spices. You can also take chicken legs and you can tear them up into pieces and put them into boxed stovetop stuffing, which I had made again for another person with gastritis problems. I do a lot of healthy cooking recipes, and as we get more depth into this conversation, on another episode, I'll begin to come out and I'll show you folks some of the recipes I've created, and which has gotten very positive feedback from the person who I made the meals for. And then when it comes to, say, boiled chicken, you can take chicken drumsticks, chicken breast, you can boil them in water. You can add black pepper, rosemary, and other things that you can find that are healthy spices for someone with gastritis or acid reflux problems. Just make sure what you're looking at, check all the labels when you go shopping for everything. And then, so if you make simple things like some of my examples, scrambled eggs with white rice, pasta with veggies, and then you have hard-boiled eggs. Those again are very healthy for a person with gastritis issues. And so with my examples of things that I'm going to be sharing with you later on in another episode, as I plan to go into depth about healthy cooking options, because a lot of the YouTubers on YouTube, they don't cook a lot of healthy stuff. They cook stuff that are fatty. They cook stuff that are oily, very, very spicy with hot sauces and whatnot. And so you have to be mindful, what can people have that are healthy, that have health issues such as gastritis or acid reflux problems? Nobody really shows on those cooking channels anything healthy that someone with those things can have. And so I have taken upon myself to bring out different healthy recipes that you can either create at home, or if you know somebody, a loved one, a family friend who has gastritis issues or acid reflux issues, you can cook for them. And you can also take them to the store and you can show them things they can have, but also list the things they cannot have, so they know what not to get if they have to go to the store on their own. Now, this chicken I'm cooking tonight is for, as I said, somebody who has gastritis problems. And so I'm making a very healthy meat that they can have. They can also, if they choose to, they can tear it up and they can put it in like water, and then they can mix it with pastas. They can mix it with noodles, and then they can mix it with eggs. They can mix it with rice. A little bit of each of those items, and you can also stick things like veggies, like peas, carrots, corn, into those meals and make them very, very tasty. You always want to remember, give them flavor. You never ever want to just leave food bland, because those people who you might be cooking for, or if you're cooking for yourself, then you'll realize that, oh, what am I cooking? This has no flavor. Well, that's when you look on Google, or you can contact a nutritionist, and you can ask them, what can I cook stuff with? What can I have? How can I make food tasty? And they will give you all your options. And so I'm just sitting here turning my chicken little by little, and it is cooking very slowly, but it is very tasty looking. And I will turn my camera around here in just a second and give you guys another preview of what I'm making. See those brown marks? That's grilling. And as I stated in another quick short video on here, that I have some sponsors that I'm trying to pick up on and trying to partner with, which is Coleman, Lodge Cast Iron, both great companies that make great cookware. And then also an electric burner from a company called Elite Gourmet. And those are all the sponsors of tonight's video. I want to take a moment and thank them. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being with me and providing me the stuff to cook outdoors with. I appreciate you. Now let's get back to it, and let's keep cooking this tasty chicken. And I want to thank all of you viewers out there and all my subscribers for sticking with me. I know sometimes I don't get videos out all the time, and I'm trying to get those more often, and I'm trying to figure out things you guys might want to see me cook. And so if you would, I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, give me some likes, comment, and share my recipes and my videos with other people you might know. I very much appreciate from the bottom of my heart if you just take a moment and hit that subscribe button down there and leave me comments of things you might want to see me cook in the future, or if you have recipes that you might want me to try out, feel free to leave the comments in the box below the video, and I will gladly read those and consider each and every one of your recipes or your ideas you might want me to try out, or I will see about ordering or buying different cookware that you might want to see me try out. So let's just keep cooking this chicken, and we'll see where it comes out at. And keep in mind, when you deal with gastritis, you'll hear a person, or you might feel that if you're the one who has a gastritis problem, that foods cause pain sometimes. And don't get scared. Those are very normal. Just an FYI on the side there. And gastritis is easy to manage when it comes to food-wise. There's a lot of tasty options out there. You can also use low-fat milks when it comes to making, like, say, boxed pasta, ronis, and stuff like that. You can eat those things. Just use a low-fat milk or no-fat milk form instead of, like, say, whole milk. That's not, it'll hurt your stomach. That's not something that you would want to use at having gastritis issues. So just keep those things in mind, folks. And, you know, meat can be a difficult problem when it comes to gastritis recipes. A lot of people are stuck on chicken. So you just got to find things that you can cook that chicken will taste good in. And so, like I said, things such as eggs, rice, and those types of things, pastas, noodles, vegetables with it, and it's a great thing. It will taste good. I have tried a few of these recipes myself to try to see how the people with gastritis would like them. And I know if I like them, then maybe you or someone you know might like them. You just gotta try out different things until you do find the things that people like. And so I'm gonna sit here just a moment, and we're gonna turn up this burner a little bit. And then another thing is that I want to discuss with you guys is that cooking is not just a hobby. Cooking is not just a job. It could be many fun things that you like. Cooking opens up so many windows and can help you in the career world, especially outdoor cooking. Not many places offer that as far as, like, say, catering services. A lot of catering services are indoor cooking. You can go to a job and say, well, I do YouTube cooking videos outdoors, and so I have outdoor cooking experience. Would you consider hiring me? And they might want to see your videos to see what you're asking them for, and that's okay. Now let's take a moment and let's check this chicken. How's that look, folks? That looks mighty tasty, right? And you hear that crackling sound of meat? That's because that avocado oil I spray on the griddle. So I just keep turning it and turning it, being mindful not to burn my meat. You can also take the avocado oil and you can spritz it down on top of your meat to help the flavoring too. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take my avocado oil right here. I'm just going to give a little spritz of. And so we're just going to keep turning it and we're going to brown it. We're going to grill it until you can't grill it anymore, and until you can see that dark charcoal flavor on it, color, and then we'll know it's done. And hope you all are doing great this evening or daytime, wherever in the world you might be. Hope that you'll have a safe and happy Halloween. So take care, folks, and remember, enjoy cooking. Enjoy your food. Because we don't live forever. And cooking is one of those timeless classic things that we do, our kids can do. You can raise your kids around it. Or if you enjoy indoor cooking, you can bake different things. You can teach your kids to bake different stuff. You can teach your kids to cook indoor stuff if that's what you like too. But cooking is one of those timeless things that will never grow old. Remember that. Cherish food, and if you have family recipes that you don't want to hand out to the world, but you can drop them down to your loved ones, your kids, your other parts of your family, or friends you might trust with your family recipes, that's a great gift. In your heart, that gift is something that will just keep on giving. Never lose that if that's what you choose. Listen to that crackle of the meat and the oils underneath there cooking. Oh, if only they had smell vision, folks. You could smell this chicken, and it smells great. How about you drop me a comment, folks, and let me know where you're watching this from. Let me know how your weather is in the part of the country where you're at, or part of the world you may be in. If you're in a different country, I would love to learn your weather out where you're at. Or if you're in another state, I would love to learn how your weather looks out there in the field. So leave me a little comment, folks, and let me know what the weather's like. I'm always up. I'm always open to learn, folks. Learning, especially cooking, is something you can't go wrong with. We never stop learning until the day we pass away, folks. And I think we all know that. There's all kinds of recipes that just keep popping up every day. You go online, and there's just recipes up the wazoo that just keep posting, and things that people make and share with the world because that's what they enjoy doing. And I enjoy putting out videos for you guys. I really do. So please subscribe. And let's get to at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year if it's possible, folks. Please. Okay, so our chicken is looking almost done. I've got a couple more pieces and on here that are still a little bit of pink, which you don't ever want your chicken to be. Always take the pink out of your chicken, because if you don't, it can make you very, very ill. And I don't advise that. So folks, please check your chicken to make sure it is cooked thoroughly inside and out. You can do that by either cutting into your chicken or using a meat thermometer to check that it's at least 180 degrees or higher, depending on how you're cooking it. You can, like I said, you can grill it, you can bake it, you can boil it. It's all to how you like, folks. So you have to do what is right for you when it comes to your chicken. And when it comes to one type of chicken thoroughly that I do deal with a lot, which is boiling chicken breast. That's a little more complicated. It could look white, looks done, but it can fool you when it comes to the inside of it. It could be white on the outside, but it's still pink on the inside. So my suggestion, cut your chicken breast open, especially if you're boiling it. Cut it open and let it get the heat on the inside to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Oh folks, I wish you could be here to smell this chicken. It smells so great, you have no idea. And it looks awesome. I'm happy this is how it's turning out. Let's give you one final look because it's almost done and ready to eat. Well, folks, that about does it for this episode. And I appreciate you sticking around to watch this. And thank you, and have a great holiday season. Thank you for watching another episode of Good Cooking with Crystal.